Hello everybody, this is Mark from Mark Fixes Stuff here with a little bit of a social update. Following on from my last social update, which, you know, people said they wouldn't mind seeing more of, so I guess if people don't want to see this, then they just won't watch it. If I keep looking down here, it's because my remote monitor is down here. So, yeah, what's going on with me? Well, work has dropped off a cliff because of the coronavirus, and I'm self-employed, and I work in sort of hospitality and entertainment. So that means that as a self-employed person, my income has just stopped, completely stopped, and all the people that booked have literally asked for all their deposits back. And what can I do? I understand, you know, they're not getting their event and I'm not getting my money. But anyway, moving on from that, if I look a little bit pallid, it's because who knows what's going to happen in the future. Let's move on to retro stuff, so I don't wind you all up with moaning. What have I been doing? Well, my last video that I put up was last Thursday, and that was about my Lynx that would not load any carts. There we go. It seems so long ago now with all the things that are happening. So yeah, Lynx that wouldn't load any carts. That's all part of an exploratory kind of series, working up to the installation of these Ben screens here. And for you guys who like a bit of behind the scenes stuff, this has all been spurred by Dean Swain of Retro Asylum podcast, who ordered two and said that if I install one of them for him, I can have one for my own install video, which is quite nice. But what I have found is my Lynx, well, one of my Lynxes isn't very well, so I've decided to try and fix that up to get it to the point where I can install the screen. Lots of lines in the screen, and the next video, which I'm importing over here, you won't be able to see much, is whether or not recapping a Lynx will fix horizontal lines in the screen, because I've noticed some interesting things going on with the screens. I've noticed that if you leave a dodgy screen with horizontal missing lines on for about half an hour, then those lines start to disappear. And I was wondering if that's something to do with the capacitors, because that sounds like a very analog issue, something that changes over time. So my next video, which will be going up very soon, is an experiment to see what happens if you recap the Game Gear, and also show what happens over time if you leave it on. Then straight away after that Game Gear is recapped, whether that experiment works or not, obviously I know what happens, we will be moving on to installing a new screen with comparison. So the video I've just shot will give the footage, which will then enable me to do the comparison of the old screen and the new screen. So it's all part of a process. Poor Dean is sitting there absolutely gagging for his unit back, and I'm taking my own sweet time as usual. But you've probably noticed that I'm putting out more regular content, and the reason for that is I'm really grateful for all my subscribers, and I wanted to put out more content because I've just started a Patreon. So if you would like to support some of my future content and throw a few like pennies into the hat, it'd be really appreciated, especially at a time like this. And in return, I will produce more content which you can laugh at, or like, or I don't know, something like that. So yeah, so at the moment everything's Atari Lynx based. After that, I'm going to move back towards something that I've done more of in the past, which is the ZX Spectrum. And I've got, curiously, he said, let's have a quick swig of beer. Actually, I'm not sure if it's in here. I have got, oh yeah, it is. Not giving too much away, but I've got this board which the eagle-eyed Spectrum fans amongst you will be able to see is missing quite a significant amount of components. It's missing a modulator, one of the RAM chips is gone, well, one of the keyboard connectors is gone, There's no regulator, no socket. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to be finding out what's wrong with this, resuscitating it, making it into a working ZX Spectrum 48K issue 4A. But also what we're going to do is we're going to explore the modern equivalents that can go onto this board. So we'll be putting a modern switch mode regulator on there, because there's no heatsink with this either, so it won't need the heatsink. The RAM will just source normal RAM, but what we're going to do with the ULA, which is quite interesting, is I have been donated a VULA 82, which is a modern remake of the ULA. I've also been donated a bunch of screws, which have come from ZX Renew, and I've got a brand new case, brand new rubber key mat, George Mitek's work, which we're going to fit that into. And he says, adding all the ends, I'm just going to grab something else. Please excuse me, I'm always like this when I'm making a video. Pete has also donated a Zelux keyboard with all of the micro switches, which will be fun to put together. So it'll have a clicky keyboard as well. And I'm really looking forward to this. So this is going to be the very next project after I finish the Lynx screen video. And that should be coming up really soon. In between, I've got a little video I'm going to put out, because it's a request from one of my Patron backers, on what are my favourite tools to use when I'm repairing retro. So that's a nice little video, a little bit fun, and we can have a nice little discussion in the contents about that. And then what do I plan to do after that? Well, you can't see it, but behind where you're looking at me from, I've got an Amiga 500 Plus, which is really leaked, leaky battery inside, and the inside of it is green. So I have been buying up all kinds of sockets and things like that, so that I could desolder everything, clean up the board, put sockets in, clean up all the chips and all that good stuff. But as a result of having a conversation in a restaurant with Bob's Bits, that's his name of his Tindy thing. I wasn't actually talking to someone called Bob's Actual Parts. I have been gifted this rather lovely A500 board. So it's kind of going to be the same process. I'm going to take out all the components that belong in the A500 Plus, but instead of cleaning up the board, I'm going to be putting them into this lovely remade board. So that will be a nice video as well. I love the colour, I really love the colour. But don't fear, the old board, I will try and clean it up, and if anybody needs that, I'll probably donate it to them, because I'm not sure how much damage there is. I mean, if it's a write-off, it's a write-off, but you know the way it is. I was thinking of doing a video on cleaning the bezels on handhelds, which again is something that's sort of come out of the Atari Lynx stuff, because as you know, all these things, they weren't wanted for about 2 decades, knocking around in shoe boxes and under beds, and car boot sales being sold for £3, and now they're in demand, which is great, but sometimes the plastic's all a bit scuffed up. So I thought I might do a video showing my process of that. Let me know if you're interested in the comment section below. Something I forgot to say, the Spectrum project, when I've put it all together, is going to be up for charity auction, and I'm going to do a live stream. Might see if I can get Neil from Retro Man Cave to be involved as well. Do a live stream when we auction it. It's going to be brand new, fantastically working, with all the bits that were donated to me, but also a very lovely man from the future was 8-bit has sent this to be given away on the channel as well, which is some of you know already. This is a Div MMC Future. I'm not going to unwrap it because I'll keep that for the stream. A Div MMC Future, which is an SD card solution for the Spectrum. So that will go in there as well. Got a joystick in there, so I'll probably clean up a joystick and include that in the charity lot. And I'm going to be auctioning that for a cancer charity. And whoever wins that will be very lucky indeed, because it's going to be a pretty damn exciting time. Whenever I get a box from the future was 8-bit, I'm always really happy to get it, because some reason it always gives me a packet of lime jelly or something equally crazy. So the future was 8bit.com, Heartless lime jelly, and nice little edge connector cleaning tool, an eraser. It's an eraser, man. You gotta use your eraser. Couple of other bits in this box, which will feature in videos very, very soon. We have got composite mods for 2600, 7800 Ataris, Sega Master System 2, all sorts of good stuff. So yes, nice little leaflets here, give you a bit of a plug. So that's probably not even in focus, but futurewas8bit.com, absolutely lovely. Peter Smith from ZX Renews probably cursing me right now, going, "Where's my bloody plugs?" But you're going to get enough plugs in the series, so hold your horses, my very, very, very Scottish friend. What else is going on? Well, a lot. I mean, I've got loads and loads and loads of things that I want to show you. I've got a whole... This is my projects tray up here, so everything's bagged into plastic bags. I've got stuff for the BBC, which I want to show you. I've got a nice BBC up here somewhere. I have got a couple of CDIs as well, which are going to be making an appearance really soon. And I'm really going to get the sort of frequency of the videos up. So yeah, there you go. Especially seeing as I'm effectively out of work with no income. But don't worry, I won't starve, because I've got children, and apparently they taste like chicken. So yeah, what have you been up to? Anything? Let me know. Let me know. I always want to know what you're up to. Yeah, so till further notice, this is Mark from Mark Fixes Stuff signing out, reminding you to subscribe to get your fix, and please press my bell for notifications, and if you can throw a couple of quid in the Patron, that'd be really appreciated. But don't worry if you can't, just enjoy the videos. If you like them, tell others, and if you don't, tell no one. Okay guys, see you later. Thanks very much for watching. See you all soon. Bye.